Let's talk about financial decisions. Imagine you have some money, some cash. What do you do with it? Do you invest or do you pay off your credit card debt? What if I told you that the answer to this question might actually be quite simple? What if I told you that there's a map that can help you make financial decisions with clarity without having to stress over them for months? That's right. In today's video, we're going to explore how to use a decision map to figure out where you should allocate your money. And trust me, it's much easier than you think. We should going to turn powerful ideas from the book, The Psychology of Money, into practical strategies you can use right now. Welcome to From Book to Life, where we transform bestsellers into real-life action. Let's get started. We all know that being indecisive about our finances can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. However, by understanding the psychology behind our financial decision-making, we can break free from the cycle of confusion and start making progress towards our goals. Let's take a closer look at the psychology of our financial decisions. The first thing we need to understand is what makes us feel financially uneasy. Fear of missing out, also known as FOMO, is one of the most common emotions that drives our financial behavior. When we see others investing in assets that are generating high returns, we may feel pressured to do the same, even if it doesn't align with our financial situation or risk tolerance. This can lead to impulsive investment decisions that ultimately result in financial losses. Another emotion that can affect our financial decision-making is short-term anxiety. This is when we fixate on short-term price fluctuations in investments, which can cause us to make irrational decisions based on fear rather than logic. For example, if a stock we invested in starts to decline in value, we may panic sell, which can result in further losses. Next is the pressure to conform to societal expectations. Many of us feel compelled to keep up with our peers, whether it's buying a house in a certain area or driving a particular car model. This pressure can cause us to take on unnecessary debt or make unwise investments that we cannot afford. Finally, there's the fear of making the wrong decision. This fear can paralyze us, causing us to avoid making any financial decisions at all, which can lead to missed opportunities and stagnation in our financial growth. By understanding these emotions and their impact on our financial decision-making, we can start to develop strategies to overcome them and make more rational, informed choices. So now that we've identified the emotions that can hinder our financial decision-making, let's explore a framework that can help us navigate through this complex landscape. We want to create a map that will guide us to make financial decisions with confidence. This map will consider various factors such as our financial situation, risk tolerance, and long-term goals. It will help us visualize the path to financial success and alleviate the stress associated with making difficult financial choices. To create this map, we'll begin by assessing our current financial situation, including our income, expenses, and debts. Next, we'll evaluate our risk tolerance and determine the level of risk we're comfortable taking. We'll also set our long-term goals and determine how much we need to save and invest to achieve them. Using this information, we can plot our starting point on the map and identify the steps we need to take to reach our destination. The map will also consider any potential obstacles or challenges we may face along the way and provide strategies for overcoming them. By creating this roadmap to financial success, we can gain a sense of direction and confidence in our financial decision-making. One of the key benefits of using this framework is that it allows us to visualize our options and consider the potential outcomes of each decision. It helps us to assess the risks and rewards of each choice and make a well-informed decision that aligns with our financial goals. Additionally, this framework promotes flexibility, allowing us to adjust our plan as needed based on changing circumstances or new information. This adaptability is crucial in the face of unexpected events such as job loss or medical expenses. Overall, using this framework can help us to reduce anxiety and increase confidence in our financial decision-making. It empowers us to take control of our financial future and make informed choices that align with our values and goals. Okay, so you've decided to create a financial decision map, but where do you start? Well, fear not. We've got a simple 5-step process that will have you on your way to making smarter financial decisions in no time. Step 1. Conduct an interest mapping exercise. Start by listing all of your debts and their respective interest rates. This will give you a clear understanding of how much interest you're paying on your debt and help you prioritize which debts to pay off first. Step 2. Calculate the real rate of interest. To determine the real rate of interest, subtract the inflation rate from the interest rate of your debt. And this will give you a better idea of how much the interest rate is truly costing you. Step 3. Identify potential investments. Research and identify potential investments that you could make with the money that you would typically use to pay off your debt. Consider the potential return on investment for each option and the level of risk involved. Step 4. Determine the difference between interest and return. Once you've identified potential investments, calculate the difference between the interest rate on your debt and the potential return on investment. This will give you a clear idea of how much you could potentially gain by investing instead of paying off debt. Step 5. Choose the best course of action. Use the information you've gathered to make an informed decision about whether to pay off your debt or invest. If the potential return on investment is higher than the interest rate on your debt, it may be worth considering investing. However, if the interest rate on your debt is too high, it may be best to focus on paying it off first. When using this protocol, it's important to keep in mind that each person's financial situation is unique and there is no one-size-fits-all approach. Be sure to consider your individual circumstances and consult with a financial advisor if necessary. By following these steps and conducting a thorough analysis, you can make a well-informed decision that aligns with your financial goals and priorities. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Now let's move on to the next step in our journey to making smart financial decisions. Anxiety can be a significant barrier to making sound financial decisions. It can cloud our judgment and cause us to make impulsive choices that we later regret. However, there are several techniques and strategies that can help us manage our anxiety and make more rational financial decisions. One effective approach is to create a visual priority map that outlines our financial goals and the steps we need to take to achieve them. By visualizing our financial priorities, we can gain a sense of clarity and focus that can help us make better decisions. Another strategy is to practice a financial breathing technique to calm our nerves and bring clarity to our thoughts. This involves taking deep breaths, counting to 5, and then exhaling slowly. By practicing this technique, we can reduce our anxiety and approach financial decisions with a clear mind. Additionally, we can employ the CALM protocol, which involves taking 24 hours to think things through before making a financial decision. During this time, we can analyze our emotions and consult with mentors or specialists to gain insights and validate our choices. Finally, it's essential to reframe our emotional narrative around financial decisions. Instead of focusing on the negative consequences of making the wrong choice, we can remind ourselves that every decision is an opportunity to learn and grow. By adopting these techniques and strategies, we can overcome the anxiety that often accompanies financial decision making and make more informed and thoughtful choices. You've probably heard the phrase, money doesn't grow on trees. But did you know that your debts actually do? That's right. Your debts can compound and grow just like an investment, eating away at your financial well-being. To combat this, there are 2 strategies you can adopt. The first is to allocate 100% of your disposable income towards paying off your debts. This means that after covering your basic expenses, every single dollar you have left over goes towards paying off your debts. By doing this, you'll be able to pay off your debts faster and reduce the amount of interest you pay over time. The second strategy is to prioritize paying off high-interest debts first. This means that you'll focus on paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first, regardless of the balance. By doing this, you'll save money on interest payments and be able to pay off your debts more quickly. These strategies may require some sacrifice and discipline, but the long-term benefits to your financial health are definitely worth it. Now that you've learned how to calculate the interest on your debts, it's time to turn the tables and calculate the potential return on your investments. But don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Simply follow these 3 steps. Step 1. Determine your investment horizon. How long can you invest your money for? This will depend on your individual circumstances and financial goals. Step 2. Identify potential investments. What kind of investments are available to you? There are many options to choose from, such as stocks, bonds, and real estate. Step 3. Project the potential return. Once you've identified your potential investments, research their historical performance and project the potential return on investment. Keep in mind that all investments carry some level of risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results. By following these steps, you'll be able to determine the potential return on investment and make an informed decision about where to allocate your funds. So whether you decide to invest or pay off debt, you'll be able to confidently make the best decision for your financial future. In conclusion, making financial decisions doesn't have to be a stressful and overwhelming experience. By understanding the psychology behind our financial decision making and utilizing a framework that incorporates our unique circumstances, we can make choices that align with our values and goals. Remember to challenge your emotions, consider all available options, and seek professional advice when necessary. With careful consideration and planning, we can achieve our financial aspirations and secure our future. The real power in financial decision making isn't about having all the answers. It is about creating clarity through a system that works for you. By mapping your financial priorities and calming the noise of short-term emotions, you take control of your money and your future. Now it's your turn. What decision have you been avoiding? Reflect, take action, and let your map guide the way. If this helped, like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to From Book to Life for more insights that turn knowledge into transformation. See you in the next one.